Welcome back to another episode of Ask Me Anything from the St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Project. I'm Jonathan Banks, and I'm happy to be with you all here today. We're going to be getting into the topic of unlocking your business's potential with Google My Business. And really happy to be talking with you all about this with one of our resident experts in the community here, Claudia Gutierrez from Hamberguesas El Gordo. Claudia, how are you doing today?
Hi, everyone. Good. I am very well. Thank you for asking. My name is Claudia Gutierrez, and I own Hamburguesas El Gordo in the Twin Cities.
How many locations are you up to now, Claudia? You all
We have,
have been out there.
we have three right now.
You have three locations right now. And where are you coming to us from today?
I am working at the location number three, which is in Victoria Street in Selby.
Oh.
The address is 161 Victoria Street. That's in St. Paul.
When do you all open the doors today? Are you open already?
We open at 11.
You open at 11. Okay, well, this is prime time for you to make sure that everything is ready to go for customers as they come through the door. So thanks for spending a couple minutes with us here this morning.
No problem. My pleasure.
It's really great to have you. We're going to talk just a little bit about the Restaurant Resiliency Project here. This is actually going to be another installment of Ask Me Anything. And the Restaurant Resiliency Project helps with equitable economic development. It helps restaurants in the city of St. Paul utilize tools, methods, and expertise to receive this support that they need to grow and thrive. And we're just more than so happy to continue to offer this support to St. Paul restaurants. This AMA webinar that we're on right now is actually part of a technical support service that is provided to any restaurant in the city of St. Paul. We can help folks with websites. The Restaurant Resiliency Project can also help folks with setting up their Google business profiles, and has these webinars every month to be able to share some of those insights with all of the restaurants in the city of St. Paul and beyond. So when we talk about Google My Business, also known as Google Business Profiles, this is one of the best ways for people to find your business. Claudia's done a really great job at using Google Business Profiles and Google My Business to gain more customers and keep expanding. Claudia, do you have a read on or any sort of insight on how the types of folks that are finding you on Google? Is that a lot of your customers or a part of your customers? Do you have any insight into that?
I don't know exactly what percentage of my customers are coming from Google, but I can tell you that it is very important to have that information out there. I've heard from a lot of customers, I found Google or reviews, they go in there and put their feedback or the phone number, the address, so it is definitely a very important tool for us to have
Yeah.
it as updated as possible.
Well, and you all do a very good job of that. I'm sharing on the screen now just a Google Map view of all of your locations that you have in the Twin Cities here. So we can see that you're up there in St. Paul at number 3 on the map. And it's so easy to find you all here. And some of the things that you mentioned really ring true for how you all have gone about setting up your Google business profile. So if I just go back and kind of show you all how I got started here, um, simply by Googling Hamburguesas El Gordo, you all have come up and the map comes up. It's very clear to see where you're located. And then we can see that for each of your locations, you have the options for ordering, for your website, and for directions right there for anybody who is interested in grabbing some food with y'all. Um, Clicking in, to the map location, we can see even more data. You all have such a great job with these pictures. How did you get all these photos up here, Claudia? This is like amazing. It's just amazing to see all the photos of the food. Did you have anything to do with this, or is this all customers? How did this come about? Because It's 10 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm seeing this, and I'm already thinking about lunch.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing about my business, where your customers upload pictures that they take when they visit your location, right? And they share them with their reviews. But you, as an owner, you also have the option to just grab your phone, go into your maps, and then pull up your business, and you can upload as many pictures as you want. So if you know how we as owners, we're taking pictures all the time because we're thinking about social media, right? But once you have a good picture that you want to share with the people that might find you in Google, you can just go into your profile and upload it yourself, as many as you want. And so that picture of the outside of the building, sometimes people are driving at night. So I thought about uploading a picture of how it looks like when it's nighttime. And I also have pictures of daytime of the outside of the building. I just think is very important.
That is super important. So you're thinking about this from a real customer standpoint. How do they find me, whether it's in the digital space or whether they're out on the street? How did you come to that conclusion about just thinking like the customer in that way? Was this kind of a natural process, or did you sit down one day and think, how do I think more like the customer? How did you get there? Because that's really insightful that you're thinking about night and day and putting those pictures out there so people know.
Well, I think it's different channels that I came to that conclusion. One is you're always thinking about how to attract customers, correct? And you wanna, if you're not online and in social media, a big chunk of customers we're missing out on. So I'm just thinking about, if I was a customer, what would I want to see before I visit a restaurant? I want to see how it looks like in the inside. Can I, will my kids feel comfortable? Is it a family atmosphere? How big is in the inside? How does it look in the outside? What kind of food are they serving? I want to see real pictures, not just like menu pictures. And so I'm thinking about the customer perspective, but I'm also thinking, how can I make it easier for my customers to be able to find me among all this other competition that there is out there?
Well, and speaking of competition, there is quite a bit of competition your in your cuisine that you serve. You have hamburgers, you have dagos, you have tacos, you have burritos, you have all of those really tasty foods that really go good with lunch, a family dinner, kind of some fast casual dining that you have going on there. And there's a lot of folks in town who are doing similar type of cuisine, similar type of menus, but also there's chains that are in your space as well. So how do you see Google business profiles helping you gain an edge versus the competition?
Um, just to have as much information as possible for the customer, as as a customer myself, when I'm looking for a place to buy food for dinner or for my kids or for the weekend, if I go into a profile and Google my business and they don't have reviews, and especially if it's a place that I've never tried before, and they don't have a website, they don't have the hours of operation, they don't have a phone number where I can call and ask any questions, I probably move on to something else, because I want information, especially now that we can get information as quick as we need it on the phone. So you got to be able to compete with what's happening right now. And that is being quick and being available. And you only have very little time to gain the customer's attention. So if we're already, competing with all these big chains, like my location number 2, it's in West St. Paul on Robert Street, and I'm among all these big chains. Um, so taking that into consideration, and then on top of that, not having an updated profile on Google, it's like I'm going way down on the list.
Well, it's amazing what we've seen with your restaurant. Actually, all three of them. I'm going to switch back here so we can check out this visual again of your map. So When we look at your location 3, you've got 260 reviews. When you look at A, you've got over almost 1.5, almost 1,500 reviews. And then when we look at your location that you're just talking about down there near West St. Paul, you have over almost 1,000 reviews there. So people are writing and reviewing their experience with you, and they're saying it's good. On average, it's 4.2 across all of these locations. Is there a way that you encourage folks to leave these types of reviews, or is this just completely folks are doing it on their own? This seems like some really great numbers when we look at the number of reviews. Actually, the Restaurant Resiliency Project wants all of the restaurants to have anywhere between 200 and 300 reviews on their restaurant, and you're far exceeding that. So, what are you doing to make all this happen?
Yeah, we do encourage customers to leave reviews because it does build and it does help with the SEO and it does help with to your customers to let them know what our business is about. And sometimes you're exposing yourself. It could be not a good review, but that's another tool. So like it's good that you mentioned location number 1 has so many reviews, location number 2, location number 3, because location number 1 is the oldest, and then location number 2 and number 3, and that order. So that's why it takes time to build an audience, and it takes time for people to start trusting you and trusting your business. So that's why the number of reviews at each location. And we do encourage customers, if you use Google Ads, there's different ways of using the ads, and one of them that we use is where we can share in our social media and asking share a template so people can click on it and choose. It will take them straight to our Google Business page, and where they can leave a review. So we take that template and we share it in our social media, and we ask people, if you visit us or if you want to share something with anyone else, please go ahead and leave us a review. Just click on here and it will take them straight. And we also have stickers in our locations where people can see it when they're ordering it. So they're encouraged to, remember that they can leave us a review. And that's also a great tool for us owners, because if you go in there, you need to answer to reviews. That's very important. You need to answer to your customers. But mainly, it's a great tool to find out exactly what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was just about to share a few of these tips that you were talking about, and some of the ways that Google My Business and Google Business Profiles help. I think you listed all these off, like you're hitting these added visibility, assurance that you're going to be on the first half of the Google search. It gives you that credibility for reviews and the pictures, added support for SEO, and provides those social signals to Google so it knows to continue to promote and have your business show up in searches and organic traffic as well. So you're aware of all of those things. Take us back to the beginning a little bit. Do you remember maybe getting started with Google and working with Google in your business to make sure that you were listed there? Do you remember what those early days were like?
Oh my God, yes, I remember sometimes when I started seeing the review.
Yeah.
And when you open up your doors and you want to grow and you want to advance and you want to expand, you are going to be vulnerable and exposed to a lot of different opinions, and that's okay because that's what it takes to grow, right? You got to learn what you're doing good and continue through that path, and you got to also see what you're doing wrong and fix it or try to do something about it if you want to continue to grow. So at the beginning, it is a little bit of hustle at the beginning when you're building up your profile. um, it's been a long time. Probably right now it's a little bit easier. um, but then once you build your profile and you it's live and it's ready to go, and it will take you a little bit to get used to it. But then I just remember at the beginning it will really make a big impact on me when I saw a negative review. Um, because I was starting, and I didn't know much. But now I know that it's part of it, and I embrace them just as the good reviews.
That just reminds me of some of, you know, the coaching that we do, with businesses and with, different organizations that we work with at Next about, hey, there's a lot of encouragement in both positive and negative feedback. And we look at it all as some sort of encouragement to, keep growing and becoming the next version of our business, and helping, not only helping ourselves, our families, our staff, but really focusing on improving that experience for the customer. And we can just look again, like I love to look at your map, because when I think about equitable economic development, you kind of have the Twin Cities cornered here on the map. You've got a location in Minneapolis, a location right in the middle of St. Paul, and another location in St. Paul. So you're providing a lot of jobs to folks in the area. You're providing a lot of economic stimulation for the area, and you're also providing a great customer experience. How does that feel to you as a business owner?
It feels great. I mean, it feels great to be able to share something back to the community, and put that little um, effort, because it's a huge community and there's a lot of businesses and a lot of other owners that are doing the same thing. But just to know that you're part of it, and that you can help 25 to 35 people that work with you have an income and impact, how their lifestyle, or their families, or help out in some way, and also to help the community. I also really care about making sure that in the space that I'm occupying, I represent that neighborhood and that part of the community well. Because if you do that, the people around your restaurant are going to support you, and are going to bring you more business and more customers. We have to care about that part, because we are in their space. We are working for them and with them.
Absolutely. I love the focus on community that you have. And you talked a little bit about other businesses like yours. Are you working, in conversation with other businesses like yours, sharing some ideas, maybe looking at your workforce and thinking about, if you got somebody over there, maybe they can come over here and work for me, kind of supporting each other in that way. I'd love to hear what that conversation is like for businesses that are similar to yours, and how you're having that conversation with them.
All the time. I know a few business owners very closely, around St. Paul and in Minneapolis as well. And we share tips. What are you doing to get people? I'm having a hard time finding people. What can I do to post? How can I use Google? How can I use Facebook? And we share tips like that. I'm letting somebody go because the hours don't work for me. What do you think? Yeah, can that person work for you? I'm trying to help them out. They're really good people. um, or vendors. I'm having a hard time finding this supply. Do you have any ideas? Maintenance. A lot of maintenance numbers are always exchanged. I need a guy because I'm having this problem. Do you have anyone? And it's always helpful to have those resources, because you can sometimes you just send a text to somebody in the business, and they will have two or three numbers for you.
Yeah, you got to have that. I mean, that's so quick, and I think that that really reflects community too. A lot of the times these days we're thinking about how do we, maybe create some sort of, customer relationship platform or something like that to manage all this, and those things are really important. But like you said, knowing the folks in your community, being able to send those text messages and be supportive of one another is a really important thing to be able to do. I want to take a look at one more thing with you and just get your peek on this and get some understanding about how you got into having the order pickup and order delivery listed here. That's a big advantage to be able to have on your website. You've got storefront by DoorDash, gordoburgers.com. You've got a couple different options here. Some which you probably signed up for, and some which maybe you didn't. But tell me about the use of pickup and delivery options on Google business profiles.
So it's really good also to have a good relationship with your third party delivery, right? Like Uber Eats, DoorDash, GrabHub, ChowNow, Toast, whatever you're using. Um, they reach out to me and they say, we want to make a storefront and put it on Google for you. We're doing the whole thing. You're just gonna answer some questions. We're gonna go through it together, and we're gonna do it for you. It's pretty simple, and they do it for you. And then for my website, I have a website manager that takes care of all my website needs, and so they take care of that part. I just tell them make sure the Google is connected correctly, and they do everything. So you don't really have to do much. Just reach out to whatever you're working with, DoorDash, GrabHub, Uber Eats, and they will make sure that your Google page is connected and that your customers can order through Google, and eventually, send that order to Uber Eats or DoorDash. And of course, you have to pay your commission and all that stuff, but it really helps.
And clicking through your website right now, going from Google all the way into your website to order. And I'm looking here, this one looks like it's order online. I'm looking at your West St. Paul location. Is this one coming through? Is this Uber Eats right now, or what platform is giving us this
See,
order?
that's another nice thing about it. With my website provider, they the way they set it up. I don't know if it works like this with every website managing company, but so we don't have a delivery driver, correct? We don't have our own delivery driver, but we have the delivery partners. Um, and so if you're a customer and you want to order pickup, you just click order pickup, and that is going to come straight through my website, and I am not going to pay a commission. So I am not working with third party deliveries providers for order pickup if they go through my website. It goes straight to me, and I don't pay any fees.
Is this popping right into your point of sale, or is this going?
Yes,
Uh,
it's through Clover. I use Clover. So
yep,
through my point of sale,
yep,
um, and an app that's connected to my Clover.
amazing. That's super brilliant, and you're saving
I'm
money.
saving in that part if they want to order pickup, right? But if they want to order delivery, they click on delivery, and it takes them to place their order. But it's not going to be through my website. It's going to be through Uber Eats, DoorDash, GrabHub.
And I started at Google. So as a customer, I didn't know anything about how you had that orchestrated and set up. But I got to the place where you wanted me to go. And there's a few different options, but this option of pickup you have set up right to your point of sale, which is something that we always advise folks to try to push. Some point of sales offer delivery off of it too. And that can be help you save even more when you're looking to reach more customers. But this all came from Google, just clicking through, and we got to all these places, saw the beautiful menu that you got set up, and y'all did a really great job. Really, hats off to your web developer. I hope that more businesses can, maybe hire them or contract them or share them or something like that, because they're doing a really great job for you, Claudia.
FYI, they're local, and if you want their information, I can share it. They're great. I love it that they're local because when I have an issue and I can't fix it myself, I call them and then they show up at the store, right away the same day or the following morning.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, definitely. Why don't you send me that information? I'll put it in the show notes so folks will know who to reach out to there. What's on the horizon for Hamberguesas El Gordo? What's next?
Right now, we're just working. I'm doing a lot of work inside the business structure. So I'm trying to work in like operation processes, cutting down on cost and things like that. I'm not opening any more locations at the moment. I want to work on my business right now to fix a few issues that I need to fix, to be able to, we're always looking to be more profitable and have a good structure. And then in the future, when that is all said and done, and it's in a better, um, its structure is better, then we can think about opening more locations. Right now, we're just doing a lot of inside work.
Sounds very wise to me. Are you seeking advice from other restaurants like yours and other businesses like yours as you kind of revamp and revamp your processes?
Yes, I actually just finished the 10,000 small businesses in New York. I just did the program. It took almost a year because the program usually takes 6 months, but we started last year, finished in December, and then the graduation was in New York. The headquarters is in New York, and so we were over there for a whole week with classes, morning to night. It was amazing, and I learned a lot there. And now when I'm finished with that, and I'm working on things that left me, lessons and things that I want to apply in my business. And I'm also working in, it's a program that's called Ownership, and you do have to pay for that one, but it's really good. It's live. It's they pair you with the coach, and they put you to work, like a lot of work, a lot of homework. But I'm willing to do that, whatever it takes. And what you guys are doing here now, I just remember the question that how did I do it at the beginning? Um, it's really nice to have somebody they can reach to set up their business profile and Google My Business, because it can take a little bit of technical, knowledge and things like that. So to have you guys walk them through the process, it's amazing. And after that, it could be really simple to maintain.
Yeah, helping hand helps out a lot, and thanks for the acknowledgement there. The St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Project has been going on for three years now, and I've worked with you, Claudia, and a lot of folks like you, and doing things like we've talked about today, and it's just so great to see. You've been through a lot. We've all been through a lot, but seeing your business continue to climb and make these good decisions from a technology standpoint, and then you're doing these other just like owner enrichment, becoming the ultimate burger boss that you can be, is like just so cool to see. You're a great example. You've got great food. You've got a great business. I hope you continue to see as much success as you have, and I can't wait to visit one of your locations again, probably Cedar Avenue soon.
Anytime. That's what I'm trying to do. Just be better a little bit every day, learn every day as much as I can, and apply new things all the time. Innovation, right?
Yep, turning those ideas into things that work for your business. Your creativity around everything that you're doing with the business is super impressive. Um, I want to just share a little bit about the St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Project. One of the things that we're talking about right now, you're on Ask Me Anything. You can go to ncxt.co/rrpama and learn more about these webinars, but you can also submit a technical support request if you want to get started with something like Google Business Profiles. It's something the team can help you get started with. Claudia, once again, just thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know that you're going to have guests coming through the doors in about 28 minutes, getting ready for lunch. So really appreciate your time this morning and all the good work that you're doing for your customers and for Minneapolis and St. Paul.
No, thank you for inviting me. Thanks for thinking of me. And for the people that are going to watch this, do not sleep on Google My Business. Reach out to Jonathan. If they can help you, if I had that help back then, it would have saved me a lot of time and headaches. But if you have the help right now, reach out to them. Do not sleep on Google My Business. It's big, big, very important for your business at this time. You cannot just not do it. You have to do it.
All right, you heard it from the best. Thank you, Claudia. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye, Claudia.
Bye bye.